Hi everyone, welcome back to the British Accent Podcast. I'm Emily, and today's topic is something close to a lot of people's hearts, especially those of you raising little ones while also trying to raise your English level. We're talking about the reality of being a parent and an English learner at the same time.
And I'm Nick. If you're listening right now with a baby on your lap or your kids making noise in the background, trust me, you're not alone. Balancing parenting and learning English? That's no small thing. It's like trying to build a house while running a marathon.
Honestly, it's two full-time jobs. Parenting already takes so much energy, mentally, emotionally, physically. Then you add in learning English, which requires focus, time, and patience. It's completely normal to feel stretched thin.
But it's also incredibly brave. Because choosing to keep learning, even when your plate is overflowing, shows just how committed you are, not only to yourself, but probably to your family's future too. That's something to be proud of.
Definitely. And I think one thing that helps is shifting the mindset from perfect study routine to realistic daily effort. You don't need hours of silence to learn. Sometimes your English practice is 5 minutes while the baby naps, or listening to a podcast while folding laundry.
Or even speaking English to your child if they are learning with you. Kids are amazing language partners. They are not judging your grammar, they are just curious. And practicing together can actually make the process feel lighter and more fun.
Yes. It becomes a shared journey. And even if your kids aren't learning English yet, they see you doing it. They watch you try, struggle, and improve. That's powerful. You're showing them what resilience looks like.
And here's something important, it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel like you're not doing enough. Because parenting is already exhausting. Some days you might only manage one new word. Some days, nothing. That doesn't mean you're failing.
Not at all. It just means you're human. Language learning doesn't need to be fast or perfect. What matters is that you're still here. Still listening, still trying, still making space for English, even if that space is tiny.
And the truth is, you probably have more English moments than you realize. Singing a song in English to your toddler. Reading a label. Saying a few sentences out loud in your head. These all count. They build fluency, little by little.
Exactly. And when life gets messy, when there's spilled juice on the floor and the laundry is never ending, it helps to be kind to yourself. Learning slowly is still learning. You don't have to choose between being a good parent and a dedicated learner. You already are both.
And that's such an important thing to hold on to. Because when you're in the thick of daily chaos, meals, nappies, school runs, tantrums, it can feel like your learning is disappearing. But the truth is, it's not. It's just quieter, slower, more hidden under layers of responsibility.
Sometimes we forget that life is the practice. Explaining something to your child in English, reading bedtime stories in English, or even thinking through your to-do list in English. All those are forms of training your brain to live with the language.
And it's powerful when you realize that your progress isn't measured by how many textbooks you finish, but by how naturally English becomes part of your day, even the messy, imperfect parts.
Some learners say, I only have time to review flashcards while washing bottles, or I repeat English phrases in my head during school pickup. That is learning. That's not small, that's creative, resilient learning.
It's honestly inspiring. And let's not forget, kids grow. Routines shift. The chaos doesn't last forever. But the English you build now? That stays. The effort you put in today, on the edges of your parenting life, turns into confidence later.
And even if it takes longer, even if you're learning in pieces, the fact that you're doing it while parenting, that makes it even more meaningful. You're growing alongside your children. You're both learning how to handle new worlds, just in different ways.
Right, And the thing is, your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It's not about matching someone's study routine on YouTube or memorizing 100 words a day. It's about showing up in your own way, even if that just means whispering a few phrases while you tidy up toys or repeat a podcast sentence while walking to the shop.
Exactly. And honestly, there's something really beautiful about learning in the middle of real life. It's raw. It's authentic. And sometimes, it actually sticks better, because it's connected to an emotion or a memory. Like learning the word messy on a day when everything around you felt like a disaster. That kind of learning stays with you.
That's so true. And let's not forget, being a parent actually gives you a lot of language situations to work with. Describing things, giving instructions, answering curious questions, it's all functional English, and it's relevant. You're not learning just for exams, you're learning to connect, to live more fully in the language.
Yes. And even when the exhaustion hits, even when you don't feel like you're making progress, remind yourself, there's strength in doing something hard while already doing something harder. And that's exactly what you're doing.
You're choosing to grow when it would be easier to stay still. You're choosing to stretch yourself, even on the days when just getting through is a win. And that kind of effort, it adds up. Quietly, patiently, day after day.
And the beautiful part is, your kids might not even realize it now, but one day they'll look back and see how much effort you put in, not just to raise them, but to improve yourself at the same time. That's a powerful example to grow up with.
Yeah, and even if they don't remember the exact moments, like you whispering English phrases in the kitchen or listening to vocabulary while rocking them to sleep, they'll carry that energy. That idea that growth is possible no matter how busy or tired you are.
Sometimes, English becomes your little moment of peace. A short escape. Not to run away from your life, but to reclaim a bit of space for yourself. Like, this 5 minutes is mine, and I'm using it to grow.
That's the heart of it. Language isn't just something you learn, it's something that helps you feel again. Feel focused. Feel smart. Feel connected to a wider world, even when your current world is filled with nappies and lunch boxes.
And sometimes, the rhythm of parenting, those repeated routines, the quiet moments, can help language settle in. You hear a word 10 times while doing the same chore every day, and suddenly, it sticks. It becomes yours.
So if you're listening and thinking, I'm not doing enough, remember, just being here, listening, trying, that is enough. You're not falling behind. You're building forward in your own time.
And let's be honest, some days you'll feel like you're doing great, like, hey, I actually understood that podcast episode, or I used the word maybe later correctly with my kid. And other days, you'll forget a word mid-sentence and feel like you're back at zero. But that's how it goes. That's how real growth happens.
Exactly. It's not a straight line. And no one's English journey is perfect, especially when you're balancing nappies, dishes, and possibly working too. Progress doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes, it looks like you repeating the same phrase 5 times while making tea. That still counts.
It definitely does. And I think a lot of learners underestimate how much they are actually absorbing. Just having English in your ears throughout the day builds familiarity. You might not notice the impact instantly, but one day you'll suddenly say something without thinking, and realize your brain's been working all along.
That's such a good point. You're planting little seeds with every effort, every repetition, every messy, tired attempt. And just because you don't see the tree yet doesn't mean it's not growing.
So if all you can do today is speak one English sentence out loud to your reflection, or listen to a podcast while folding laundry, that's worth something. That's movement. That's momentum. And over time, those tiny steps become a path.
And wherever you are on that path, whether today felt like a win or just pure survival, just know that your effort matters. You're not doing it wrong just because it's slow or unstructured. You're doing it your way, and that's more than enough.
Keep showing up, even when it's not perfect. Especially when it's not perfect. Your English is growing in the background, quietly, just like you. We're proud of you for sticking with it, even through the chaos.
Thanks for listening to the British Accent Podcast. Keep speaking, keep learning, and take care of yourself along the way. You've got this.